So obviously, congratulations on an impressive fight, and of course the UFC deal as well. So what's the emotion like for you right now?
Thank you very much. I don't know. It's hard to explain. For the last 4 years, just like I said, I had a really tough time, and I was that close to give up. And I had a conversation with Uriah, and I said, I don't know, I may be not able to do it anymore. And he said, no, 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 we will be in UFC for sure, 100%. And like about 2 weeks, and I got short notice. And like, okay, thank you. Right after I got a short notice, I already was 100% sure I do it.
Nice. What was, I mean, do you think you were just done competing? Were you that close to just completely retiring from competition?
No, I was kind of close to give up on UFC, yes, but no, of course, that's what I'm doing my whole life. I'm a professional athlete. I'm a professional fighter, man. I'm a hella good fighter, yes, and now I'm that close to living a full-time fighter life, yes, and now I can fight for real money and on a real, real promotion. That was my goal, and now I'm just gonna enjoy that.
The knockout was spectacular, but the fight was exciting. Did you expect it to be that back and forth and kind of such a durable opponent?
Oh, being honest, I don't know. That's what I pretty much always do. I'm pretty fast for my weight class, and I expect he's gonna be much slower than me. I didn't expect how strong is he in wrestling, but no, I can't say I was expected to. but I mean, I don't know. I just keep following our plan. That's it. I just move, and beat shit out of him. That's it.
The way you fought tonight, I mean, rolling thunders and crazy strikes, I mean, is that the way you fight every time? Is that what we should expect, or was that special just for tonight?
No, it's pretty much every time. I mean, I'm just, how you call it, spectacular fighter. Yeah, I'm enjoying. I love this shit. That's why I'm doing this. Come on, my first fight was 2002. Could you imagine, why I would do this shit if I wouldn't like it? Of course, I love it. I'm enjoying. That's my time.
That's awesome. Last thing for me, give me an idea of what you want to do for your UFC debut. I mean, at your level of striking, I imagine you want to face some of the best strikers in the division. I mean, are you hoping to fight top names right away, or do you feel like, you're still early and you got to develop slowly?
No, I have a great team. I have a best managers. I just follow them, whatever they say. I trust them 100%. And I have a best team in the world. Just keep going. Same exactly thing. Nothing new.
Well, Jake, you've clearly gone through a full range of emotions tonight. So I just wonder, as you sit there right now, kind of what's going through your head. How you feeling?
I feel amazing. I finally got to the UFC. I can't even believe it. I'm in the UFC. Oh my God. I'm in the UFC. That's something I've been dreaming about before I even started training. I remember being at school, being a young kid, like 6, 7, 8 years old, and saying, I don't need to listen to this stuff. I'm going to be UFC champ one day. And I can't believe the stuff what's happened in the lead up to this fight to go wrong. And it's God testing me. How bad do you want it? And I went out there and showed how bad I wanted it, you know what I mean? So I was willing to die in there. You know, people live for meaning, and my meaning in life is to fight. So I'm so happy that I'm in the UFC, and I'm really going to cause some damage.
It's awesome. Let's talk about the weight miss. Obviously, I know you're not interested in making any excuses or anything like that, but as you said, it hasn't happened in your career. So, I mean, is there anything that you want to share about what made it so difficult for you?
Well, to be honest, I don't really know what's happened, as in, I've had something in the week. I don't know what it was, what's held onto my water. So as I've gone to cut the weight, I'm cutting the weight for like 8, 9 hours straight, in the bath, out the bath, into towels, into sauna, straight 8, 9 hours. And I would have made the weight if I had actually had a bit more time. I would have made the weight as well, because they had me waiting in the back saying, oh, you've missed the weight, you got to wait there. And then I ended up only having 20 minutes back in the bath, so I would eventually have made it, but obviously, like, no excuse. That is definitely something, you know, I now need to fix on, you know. But now I'm in the UFC, I can even afford more to get better nutritionists on top of my game and stuff like that. And I can't believe that nearly cost me my opportunity in the UFC. You know, I'm so upset about it, and you know, I don't know what's held water onto me, but it's something I've had over here in America. So you know, something's held the water onto me, because it's never happened before, and it's the first time.
I need to steal him real quick. I'm gonna bring him right back.
Okay.
Jake, come with me. We'll come right back.
Dude, you have the weirdest arrival to the UFC ever.
No, no, no.
He's gonna get fired.
Okay, so either Dana's coming here. They don't want him to say something. Yeah, I was just gonna say they're gonna tell him what to or Dana.
Waiting to get mine.
What's up, guys?
One of the more interesting nights of decisions for you to make. Obviously, the weight misses made things a little bit challenging. So I guess, how difficult was it for you to pull the trigger and say, we're going to bring Hadley in here even though he missed weight?
So, when I left the back room, my instructions were not to sign this guy. And according to Hunter, Sean and Mick stormed out of the room when I did and took off here tonight. So they're not happy about it. I just have a gut feeling that this kid has something special. And I broke all my own rules. So broke my own rules and didn't listen to what they said. So hopefully I'm right on this, and this kid doesn't make a dickhead out of me.
How much can you go into the extracurricular stuff that you kind of mentioned there? That hey, we hear you're kind of a little trouble back.
It's just he wasn't very friendly. He's not a very popular guy around here this week. So, he seemed shocked when I told him that. I said, "Come on, you got to know." But I just saw him out in the hallway, and he said, "Listen, I said, "Don't worry about it. Yesterday is yesterday. Let's focus on tomorrow. So let's make this a great relationship from here on out, and let's do great things together." So hopefully that's the case.
You think the matchmakers give him like the hardest road possible just to get back at you?
Probably. Good luck to him, though. That kid's a talented kid. I like the way he fights. He's super aggressive. I like the way he fights off his back. When's the last time you saw a kid that busy on his back? I screamed to him, "Who the hell's your jiu-jitsu coach? You're a purple belt? That's crazy." So I think he's special. Broke all my own rules, pissed off the boys, so we'll see if I'm right or wrong.
I mean, does this open the door for people moving forward, or should people realize this was just a unique opportunity and you better make weight when you're here?
Open the door, yeah. I mean, you saw the last kid didn't make weight. So when you don't make weight, you don't make it. You don't get signed if you don't make weight. This was a special case that I, broke all my own rules and didn't listen to those two.
Is it hard for you to look at a guy like Christian Rodriguez who didn't make weight and say, wait a minute, that guy did. Why can't I?
No, he's young. And listen, and Christian looked good tonight. He didn't perform like this kid performed, and the thing is, he's 25 years old. He's going to get back out there. He comes from a great team, get some more fights. And when Christian Rodriguez is 27, 28 years old, he'll be around.
I did want to ask you, Dana, since we didn't have you this past weekend, what you thought of Marina Rodriguez's performance in the main event on Saturday night, and where you think she stacks up in that division, because she looks like a real. It
was a great fight. I thought it was a great fight, and I mean, she did what she needed to do to win that fight. Yeah, it was awesome, and I thought that Mackenzie looked awesome too.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you because I think a lot of people are saying Marina versus Joanna Jędrzejczyk would be a phenomenal fight. Stylistically, it would be amazing. Can you give us an update on Joanna and kind of where she stands? And is that a fight that could be made? Because it seems like it could be a lot of fun.
That is a fun fight. I don't disagree. I love Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I've had a great relationship with her since day one. And, I know fighters don't get paid around here, but Joanna Jędrzejczyk is very rich, and she's living her best life. Go on Joanna Jędrzejczyk's Instagram, and she's living it. So I think that she's taking fights that really excite her. I don't know if this one does. I'll find out though.
Hopefully it does. I think it's a great one. I did want to ask you in that division, because we're looking at the title situation. Carla Esparza has made it clear, like, hey, I think I'm just going to sit out right now. I think I deserve the winner of the title fight in New York. Do you agree that she would be next? And, is there any way Marina slips in there? Carla has to fight?
I don't ever agree with that. I mean, you've seen what happens in the past. When you try to sit out and wait for a title fight, it usually doesn't happen. Stuff never falls the way that it's supposed to, then you end up sitting out for too long and people start to forget about you, and it's never a wise decision to just sit out. If you get offered a fight, you should take it.
Nice. And two last ones for me. I want to ask you about the main event this week. You talk about missing weight. Aspen Ladd, of course, missed weight. Now she's headlining a show, clearly moving up a weight class, which it seems like she needs to do, but there's a lot of people that are saying, what are you doing? You're rewarding this girl that missed weight by giving her a main event. So how do you look at the main event this weekend?
Yeah, we'd be rewarding her if she was fighting at 35. I mean, she's fighting at 45. She's moving up a weight class, which is what she needs to do. The girl's ready to fight. She's got to fight. She's obviously talented. She's one of the most talented girls in the world. So, yeah.
Nice. Last thing for me, I did want to ask you, ESPN reporting the release of Luis Pena after his issues this week. I'm just curious, kind of what led to that decision, and is this maybe an example of things to come? Because I think a lot of people have been wondering, what can the UFC do in situations like this?
Well, I mean, this was a bad case, and we knew that he had problems before that we were trying to help him with, and yeah, this is a pretty nasty one. I don't know if you guys read the police report, but yeah, this one had to happen.
I mean, the question, comes then, could something like that happen to John Jones as well? I mean, he was obviously details a little bit differently. I don't know that we know everything yet, but I mean, is that a possibility if it turns out the details are as bad?
Something like that could happen to anybody. Yeah, could happen to anybody.
Hey, Dana.
Yep.
Going back to tonight with Jake, I think we can all sort of read between the lines that maybe there's an attitude problem this week. Is he going to be considered as being on probation? Like, if he comes to the next fight and he kind of misbehaves or is a bit disrespectful to people, is he gone?
I mean, I wouldn't say that the guy's on probation. We just had, I just told you guys I broke every rule that I have and pissed off the boys. And he and I had a man-to-man talk backstage, and, we'll see what happens. It's not like he's on probation, but yeah, I mean, it's like what we were just talking about a second. It's like we're in a fight business, man. I mean, I say this to you guys every week. This is a tough business, and not everybody's nice, and not everybody says nice things, and not always, nice things happen. But listen, the least you can do is when you come here, I mean, you guys know as well as anybody does, this is a very professional organization for the fight business. And, my staff treats everybody with respect, and we try to do everything the right way. And, I would expect that when you come here, you would treat my staff the way that they treat you. So he's not the first guy who's shown up and acted a certain way. So we'll just play it by ear.
With him, is it just a gut feeling, right? Because you could maybe say to him, okay, you can come back for the next Contender series, or you could be on looking for a fight like the last week. Or is this for you just a gut feeling that you think he's so talented, you want to see him progress in the UFC?
Yeah. I think that he's ready to fight in the UFC. I want to see it, so I broke all the rules to do it.
He says he thinks there might be a difference in humour in the US and the UK. That's what he said on the broadcast.
What did he say?
He said he thought that maybe there was a difference in the sense of humour between the Brits and the US people, and that maybe where.
So everybody this week thought he was an asshole because there's a discrepancy between the sense of humor. We got lots of guys from the UK here, and that doesn't happen a lot. Although Bisping's, yeah. Bisping's right up there too, but now the thing is with Bisping's part of the family. He's been here for so long. People know what they're getting from Mike.
Yeah. Two things outside tonight: Masvidal versus Leon Edwards. Looks like it's a done deal. It's reported as being 3 rounds. I'm curious, was there any consideration of making that a 5 round?
What's the question?
If you ever considered making Masvidal and Edwards a 5-round matchup as opposed to 3?
Would we make it a 5-round fight?
Just curious, did you even, when you were talking about booking it, were you even considering doing it at 5 rounds?
Is that a 5-round fight? It's a 3-round fight. Why? Who asked for it?
I don't know if either of them asked for it, but I think fans are wondering, like, it's such an important fight.
So, you're saying to me?
I want it to be 5 rounds. That's
Yeah,
what.
got it. Got it. No.
Okay. And last thing for me, did you happen to watch Fury Wilder in the weekend? And if
Yes.
you did, what did you think about it?
I thought it was awesome. I think that the heavyweight fight that happened on Saturday, and let me just tell you this: going into it, my thought process was, for what? Why? You know what I mean? What's his name? Just got beat.
Joshua.
Yeah. And why do this? You know why? Because boxing needed that. Boxing needed that fight. It was an incredible heavyweight fight. I thought both guys fought their asses off. And for Fury to come in at 277 pounds and fight the way that he fought, get knocked down, get back up, keep fighting, it's exactly what boxing needed. So glad it happened, and congratulations to both of them, everybody involved in the sport of boxing.
Cool.
Dana, I know this all the weeks leading up to this, you've always been praising the matchmakers and what they do. Have you ever? Obviously, you're the boss. What you say goes. Have you ever went against the boys?
Yeah, yeah.
And-
We fight every week. We fight every Tuesday. Okay, every Tuesday we go into a room and we end up fighting about something. So it's part of the process.
So if it comes back to, have you ever picked your way and then they come back and say, "See, Dana, we told you not to do this."
I'm never wrong though.
Fair enough.
Trust me, yes, and but the way that I do this is I obviously surround myself with people whom I respect, and I respect their decision, and I listen to the input that they give me, and then I make decisions based off their input. I admit 100% that not only did they tell me not to do this, but I broke every rule that I have in dealing with somebody like this. But for some reason, my gut told me that this kid is special and I should sign him.
And last for me, a lot of people were surprised with the rebooking of Aspen Ladd to fill for this card, where a lot of people almost felt like it was rewarding her after the weight miss and that fight sort of falling out. What was the reasoning behind putting her into this fight with DeMont?
You know that you just asked me verbatim the same exact question that he did.
Did you ask that?
Literally,
No, he did.
like he gave you the question to ask again because he didn't like the answer that I gave him.
Let's try again then.
Is that what happened there? Verbatim, the same question. You might want to rewind your camera there and listen to what I said. We're not rewarding her. She's moving up in weight class. She's moving up to 45. If we kept her at 35 and gave her a main event, that would make sense. The girl's in shape. She's here to fight. She didn't make weight, but she's going to move up a weight class now. So, yeah, I don't think we're rewarding her, but we're getting her a fight.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
I think it was slightly different than his.
Are you going to ask me the same question now? Is that it? You guys done with me? Yeah.
Just curious, Dana, thank you for another great Contender series. Volkanovski wanted that 55er. Any chance he does get that 155, or does he wait for the winner of Max and Yair?
Yeah. We'll wait till that fight happens before we make any other moves anywhere. Cool?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Yep.
Sorry. How was the decision on moving Davidson and Moreno to January? Moving the fight. How was the decision? Yeah.
Why did you decide to move the Brandon Moreno fight to January?
Why did we move it to where?
To January.
I don't remember. I don't remember why. I mean, does it matter? Did you have plans in January and you're going to miss the fight now?
No, I mean, just wondering why, before you had 3 title shots in December, and why he's moving. He just came to the U.S. to train with Henry Cerudo. Just checking why.
Yeah, something must have happened that we needed another fight in January, so we moved it. But I off the top of my head, I don't remember. Thank you, guys. Oh,
Following on that, it is reported that Anaheim is your target venue, the Honda Center. Is that a possibility, or are you close to that?
He's asking if the location for that fight might be Anaheim.
yes, it could be.
And that could be the reason to have Moreno closer to the Mexican.
No, that's not why. But yeah, we are looking at a fight in California and Anaheim.
Thank you.
Yep.
Just one more and Aspen Ladd, Dana.
Now that was fun.
Oh my God, I'm dying. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Does that matter? Is a new.
doesn't that matter? Is a response, right? And she's getting rewarded because if she wins, she's number 2 on the bantamweight. Who do you have to fight? And then that one person. Right there. So obviously, like people like how you get your son, it's like it's just so right like this. No, she wins. She gets a title shot right here.
I'm looking forward to seeing all the weird things that happened to you during your UFC career. But talk to me. Obviously, Dana came in here and mentioned a little bit about what happened behind the scenes and that sort of thing. I know you talked to him out there. I mean, do you have any insight at all into what happened? I know you said maybe a difference in humor or whatever, but I mean, is there anything that stands out?
To be honest, I don't know what I've said to someone to upset him, but I want to straight out say, if I've upset anyone, I haven't meant it. It ain't come from a malicious way. You know what I mean? That's not my nature. That's not me as a person. I'm not nasty in a malicious way. So I just feel like maybe it's like a misinterpretation because of me being, like with Bisping. People don't understand Bisping because he's British. It's like a different, like even I was at the Whole Foods, and when I was at Whole Foods, I was like to someone, "You all right, mate?" And then he was like, "Yeah, I'm all right. Are you all right?" Like, I don't think he understood what I was saying. I was just saying, "You're all right," like. But, I don't really know what I've said and done to anyone. Next time, I'm just gonna keep my mouth closed. I ain't gonna say anything, you know what I mean? So I don't upset no one, because obviously, I don't want something like that hindering what I've been working for my whole entire life, you know what I mean? So, yeah, straight up, sorry to anyone I've upset. I didn't mean it from a malicious way. And when I got told by my manager. I was like, what have I said? And I even said to my coach, he's like, what have I said? What have we said? And they're like, I don't know. So, it's one of them. But sorry, again.
Fair enough. Well, look, let's put the weird stuff aside. On the flip side of it, you got Dana White saying, I did this because I think this kid's special. I see something in him that I don't see in other people. When you hear that, I mean, is that exciting? Does it bring like a level of pressure and responsibility? What's the reaction to that?
To be honest, I am a special fighter, so I know I'm a special fighter. I know I'm different to everyone else. This is what I was put on earth to do. If I was born 1,000 years ago, I would have been a gladiator in the big arena, in the gladiator arena, or on the back of a horse swinging a sword. That's just the way I am. My whole family are fighters. My granddad was a pro boxer, had over 350 professional fights, bare knuckle fights and everything. My dad was an amateur boxer. My other granddad was a pub brawler, you know what I mean, street fighter, big known guy. He's just passed away, man. He passed away this year. It's been a hard year for me. He passed away, my granddad, Hager. Yes, done it for him.
Well, that's it for me. It's been a weird one, but you're here. Like you said, you're excited. This is your dream. So give me the idea. What's the plan for the debut? I mean, is this something... Do you need to go back and take a look at your diet and work some things out, or do you want to get something booked quickly? Are there names that you want to fight already? Is there a date? What's the plan for the debut?
I'm ready whenever Dana thinks it's time for me to go, you know what I mean? I'm ready whenever. I'll fight whoever. Let me smash up little Figueiredo, the little Figgy. I'll smash his head in, you know what I mean? No problem, easy work. I'm going to be champion in here real quick. Yeah, man.
Congrats on the win. I mean, you mentioned the family history with so many boxers in there. How'd you go the opposite way to MMA?
Yeah, well, what it was is obviously when I was a young kid growing up, we had the fighting on the TV a lot, and the MMA was just coming out then when I was a young kid growing up. And I used to like the MMA more than the boxing also. When I was at school, and I'd get into fights at school, I'd always like get him in a headlock and beat him in grappling. So I was always thought to myself, I'm better at the MMA. And plus, I used to find the MMA more entertaining. So, you know, I used to love watching like all the old school guys, you know. I mean, we had every video. I've got all the old boxing fights as well. So, but I was more attracted to the MMA because obviously it was more like a street fight as well at the time. So, yeah.
With that being said, you got Pride, WEC, UFC. Who are the guys that you kept an eye on and said, I'm going to kind of take a little bit of that style and make it my own?
There's loads of guys. I've took things off loads of guys. That's the thing with me is I got a very high fight IQ because that was embedded into me when I was a kid growing up. My dad always put onto me, look towards the smart fighter. So I used to, you know, like watch a lot of the smart fighters and take stuff from them. Also, like singular discipline guys, like, I don't know, Maya, for instance, his back-taking system, or even for the striking, for the wrestling, like George St. Pierre, the way he mixes it up. You know, one of my favourites back in the day was BJ Penn, the way he used to do things. I used to love Tito Ortiz back in the day, but what I'm trying to say is, like, I take things from everyone, I study and take things from everyone and put it into my game, so that's why I am the fighter I am. I do a lot of good training at my gym in Birmingham, Fearless MMA. They teach me loads, but I'm a student of the game. All I do is watch fighting. If you was to talk to me about maths or anything, I wouldn't have a clue, or talk to me about your favourite TV show. I don't know anything about that. I hardly even know about the coronavirus or anything like that. So all I know about is fighting. All I watch is fighting. All I do is fighting. That's it.
Well, that's perfect, Jake. You're in the right business. Sorry for your loss, but it's great that you're able to turn that around and pay homage by getting that UFC contract. What do you say to the people who doubt their dreams and say, am I doing this right thing? Because you got the ultimate I told you so, because you said you were going to do this since you were a kid, and here you are.
Yeah, well, when I was a kid and I was growing up and I was at school, you know, I was always thought of to do nothing in my life. I remember a teacher saying to me, you'll never make it as a professional fighter. I swear to you, he said that to me when I was at school. I never amount to nothing. And look at me now, you know, in about 5 years, I'm going to be a millionaire. You know what I mean? And I always knew. Like, when I walked out to the cage today, it just felt normal. I know this was going to happen. And, you know, what I say to people who are chasing their dreams is the biggest sin in life is wasted talent. I've seen many guys waste their talent, but if you just stay on the path, you can get there. You know what I mean? And I'm here, I'm just proof of that. You know what I mean? So.
Excellent. Congratulations and best of luck, Jake.
Thank you.
I thought it was like that.
ASMR.
Yeah, I was like, whatever that thing is.
It's a tattoo. It says say cheese when I take your picture.
Aww. He's so clever.
I know.
People always say Morgan's got an ASMR voice on the way in. Yeah.
It's so weird coming in the next day. Like what did I forget?
This is what was happening all week, wasn't it?
I just didn't get what he was saying. Like, we got to see more of him because it was.
I know, I didn't.
The iPhone, what did he What do you think of Birmingham people? How do you say it again? Birmingham? I thought you guys like, yeah, Birmingham, right? They smash it. What did say it again?
He was saying it in the American version.
Yeah. Like Alabama? Birmingham? I thought that was the case.
Yeah.
Who else was from Birmingham? Was
Leon.
okay. Yeah.
Congratulations on not just the win, but of course the UFC deal. So I'm sure it's still kind of setting in, but what's the emotion like for you right now?
It's the best feeling in my life. So I'm enjoying it.
How would you rate your performance overall? Did the fight play out the way that you expected it to? Did you expect the clinch to be such a big position for you?
Yeah, we worked a lot on the clinch. It was a part of the game plan, but we definitely didn't plan to get punched in the face so hard. So, but I deal with it, and the game plan works.
Early on, we had the confusion over the eye poke that I guess wasn't an eye poke. What did you think in that moment, and did that throw off your rhythm or your focus at all when that happened?
No, I was sure that I had fist closed. So no, it doesn't. I was focused all the time.
Nice. You did get punched a couple of times. I guess how hurt were you? I mean, did he hurt you significantly with those punches that he landed?
I felt the nose definitely, but I managed to set up the clinch and finish the fight from it. So.
Nice. Were you always trying to set up that knee, or was that something that you just saw in an instant?
I used to do that knee also in the sparrings, in the camp, so it was part of the plan.
Very nice. And once the finish was done, did you know for sure, like I absolutely have a UFC deal, or were you a little nervous until Dana actually said yes?
I was definitely nervous.
Very nice. I guess last thing for me, I mean, now that you're in, what's the plan for your debut? I mean, do you want to fight soon? Do you need some time off to rest or heal, or what do you want to do for your first UFC fight?
We will look how the nose will get well, how it heals, and we will see. But I wanna go back to work as soon as possible.
Martin, congrats on the big win to your left. How bad is the nose? It's not broken, but it looks like a little. What's the damage like from that?
I'm not sure yet. I will go to the röntgen and scans, but we will see. We will see.
All right. The fantastic work tonight. You had your man against the cage, pummeled for precision. A lot of fighters would try to change levels and maybe go for a finish. Did you feel you had almost broken your guy and known, I'm going to keep it here, and these knees are like the perfect body shots? Did you know you had to finish and kept it standing for that reason?
Yeah, I felt really confident in that positions, and with the strikes, maybe I should combine a little bit more like elbows or something, strikes like that. But I felt really good in that clinch with the strikes I shot at him.
That looked great. Yeah, you look tremendous. And lastly, going forward, I know this is way down the road, but this is your weight class. How do you see the unification with Ngannou and Cyril going in a couple months?
How do I see their fight?
Yes, your prediction for that.
I'm not really sure. It will be definitely a very great fight, and I will be watching it for sure.
Thank you, sir. Congrats on the win and the contract.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Nice mood lighting. Halloween. Yeah, is that what it is? The Halloween lighting. Oh, there we go.